There's a distinction to be made between creativity and innovation. Creativity is the generation of new ideas by individuals and teams. Innovation, on the other hand, is the process by which new ideas are converted into new products, business practices, and strategies that create value. Creativity alone is not enough for successful innovation. It must be translated into a commercially successful endeavor. Creativity starts with individuals. Research suggests that believing in your own creativity helps you become more creative. Openness, one of the big 5 personality traits studied by psychologists, is seen as encouraging creativity. Being open to new people, concepts, ideas, and experiences helps spark creative thinking. There are distinct mental processes that are at work in creative thinking. By understanding these processes, you can enhance your creativity. The way we think plays a major role in determining how creative we can become. From an early age, we learn to recognize patterns. Pattern recognition acts as a mental shorthand, allowing complex problems to be solved very quickly. But pattern recognition can become a barrier to creativity because it can exclude solutions to problems because they don't fit familiar patterns. One other helpful model of thinking has been developed by creativity expert Edward de Bono. He distinguishes between vertical and lateral thinking. Vertical thinking proceeds directly from one idea to the next in a logical progression. In contrast, lateral thinking approaches problems indirectly at diverse angles. There's no need for ideas to follow in any logical progression or sequence. Using this lateral approach lets you arrive at ideas that did not easily surface using vertical thinking. De Bono argued that lateral thinking involves 2 basic processes, which he called escape and provocation. Escape is the recognition of dominant ideas and a deliberate search for alternative ways of looking at the challenge and solution. Nothing should be assumed or taken for granted during this process. An example of escape is the solution a London hospital came up with for a better way of transferring patients from the operating beds to recovery room. They solved the problem by thinking like Formula One race car pit crews and even went to Italy to study Ferrari teams in order to arrive at a streamlined process. Provocation is the separation of the generation of ideas from their judgment. You shouldn't consider ideas as right or wrong, but instead explore them as possible bridges to further ideas. In fact, you may need to explore a wrong idea to help you see the right solution. When confronted with a difficult challenge, De Bono argues you should force yourselves to think laterally for a more creative response.